Hello again, YouTube. Oh yeah, I'm definitely overdoing myself today with the vlogs, but this is just a lot going on today, and I feel like it needs to be documented, if for nobody else but me. So 3:27 p.m. Monday, January 3rd, 2022. I'm gonna get used to saying 2022. In fact, this may be the first year where I figure out what year it is in the least amount of days because uh, normally I don't. It takes me a while to realize it's a different year and not right the previous year on things. And at this point, I've said it so many times today and so many times yesterday that I'm definitely clear that it's 2022. So what we're looking at here is an RCA turntable. I find this interesting because it's got a label on the back that says um, made. It's got the RCA brand on it, which of course RCA hasn't existed in a long time. This is manufactured in 2000, and it says on it manufactured for Radio Shack, and I find it very interesting that it has a model number of lab-1200, because the LAB dash and then a number was always the way Radio Shack numbered their turntables when their house brand was Realistic. So I find that to be an interesting throwback to Realistic and Radio Shack in general. And yeah, 2000 Radio Shack was still going strong, barely. Um, from what I can tell, this particular turntable is basically just a facade on an Audio Technica LP60. I mean, the buttons are shaped different, but there's the three buttons: play, stop, and cue. I checked, the belt's good. Simple belt driven. It's got a spring instead of a counterbalance, which is crap, but hey, I'm not planning on putting my records on it, other than maybe my first Cars album that I like to use when testing turntables, which, you know what, I've got videos of that, and I don't think I've ever put them on my YouTube channel, and maybe I should do that. As you can see, it's missing the stylus, but I know exactly what that cartridge is and what stylus it needs. In fact, not only do I know it, I may have one that I can put on it that's doable, even if it is a little bit worn out. Or I could buy a brand new one. I can probably get it pretty cheap. There is, I can't tell if that's a crack or scratch. Actually, let's see. Scratch. The oddest thing that's missing in this is that it doesn't have the hinges on the back. Like you can see, there should be two hinges right here where that lid would flip up, and it doesn't have them. And I highly doubt that that's... Whoa! Am I still filming? Okay, damn. I just about dropped my shit. Yeah, I don't know if that I'm going to be able to score those hinges. And so I'm torn between trying to fabricate something for it, or just, sell it as is. I mean, I've certainly seen turntables that don't have hinges on their lids. I mean, obviously that one's supposed to have hinges. I can see where the hinges went, but there's certainly plenty of turntables that have been made and sold over the years that don't have hinges on their lids, where you just lift the lid off. And now, without the hinges, the lid, it kind of slides around. It doesn't really sit in place, and it might be easier to fabricate something to make the lid sit in place as a lid that needs to be taken off. I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's let's just say that's not a high priority project right now, but it is a project that I do think that's something that will. It's looking pretty nasty and pretty dirty, but I got a feeling that thing will clean up really nicely, and I expect it'll probably work really well. I got a little mixed feelings about that particular turntable. I can't say I've ever seen the RCA branded for Radio Shack with that model number on it before, but I'm extremely familiar, not that I've ever owned one or even used one, but I'm very familiar with the Audio Technica AT LP60. That particular turntable is a subject of much debate on R Vinyl, and even occasionally on R Vinyl Jerk on Reddit, because the majority, and I'm definitely in the minority on this, but the majority on those subreddits, especially millennials and Zoomers, will swear. What's up? All right, that is the first time I've ever done that. Wow, I learned a new feature on my shitty ass smartphone. Yeah, Bev came up and went to ask me a question. I figured I'd stop this instead of recording that, because God knows where that conversation was going to go. And actually didn't. She offered me a ride home, so yay! Thank you, Bev. Yeah, she said she's on her way to 44th and Thomas, which is, yeah, that's functionally a ride home. She's like, it takes me 10 minutes. I'm like, yeah, that takes me, it's just going to be leaving in about a half hour. I said, yeah, that sometimes takes me a couple hours. Yeah, I just explained to her, it's like, yeah, this bus is every 30 minutes. Other buses every 30 minutes. So potentially 30 minutes waiting times 2. The transfer point is not coordinated at all, and it's not unusual for that bus to be running late. I mean, me set for 30-40 minutes plus at the corner of 44th Street and Van Buren. So nice. Man, I'm like having the best day I have had in ages. So actually, yeah, the more I think about it, this year so far, looking up. Job interview tomorrow at Penske. I'm feeling very positive about that. I am very keenly aware that I'm having one of those bipolar awareness moments. Actually, as I was coming out of Bev's office after I paid my storage rent, I was walking back to my main unit there, and got all sidetracked by that turntable. That was the one I just started this video talking about, that glorified Audio-Technica. Which reminds me, before Bev popped up, I was talking about what exactly that turntable is and how it's hotly debated. Anyway, it's oh shoot, I'm blocking the lens. I'm so bad at doing that. Dang, lost my train of thought in a big way. Shit. Oh no, there's a different bipolar awareness moment there, and it just really hit me that after I left the office, that I'm definitely having some extreme manic symptoms right now, and that whole heavy depression that hit me right after Christmas, that pretty much ate up the bulk of the end of the year. That guy is going to back out right into me. Wow, there is some hardcore argument going on across the street at the bus stop between somebody inside those apartments and the guy at the bus stop. Anyway, I was trying to keep vlogging and get in front of the person that was walking like really close in front of me, without being creepy and overtaking him while talking to myself, and avoid the "are you filming me?" bullshit. Oh, this is neat. Oh, U-Mom Shelter here has never noticed this before. This is actually really cool. U-Mom Shelter has a plaque of sponsors. I'm definitely going to try to catch that on film, or a video. Said it again. Might say film, might say tape. I really mean video, digital video. I want to capture that later. That's neat. I've never seen that before. But definitely trying to stay ahead of that person so I can keep this video rolling and not be too awkward for her. I'm walking over to Circle K just to get a drink. I told Bev I was going to walk over there. I'm super thirsty, and we'll be back. She said she needed about 30 minutes. Not in service. I think that is a Route 10 that pulls off that stop, not in service. But I'm not 100% sure. That's not one I've ever rode. I think that's a part of the system I need to learn. Well, look at that fancy ass. Now, why would a two-door Dodge Charger be labeled as an Uber? That makes no fucking sense. Pretty sure Uber requires a back seat. Now, I do know one thing that Uber will allow, and I mentioned earlier that Uber wouldn't allow a Crown Vic, because apparently that looks too much like a taxi. But one thing that Uber does allow that I'm very bothered by, and a good friend of mine one time sprained her ankle getting in one of these, but they do allow king cab pickups. Like, who other than kids wants to ride in the backseat of a king cab pickup? Yuck. Sorry, not suitable as a cab. Just not suitable as a cab. Oh yeah, so I was saying, just had it just really hit me as I was leaving Bev's office with my receipt and heading back to my main storage unit. I have 3 of them, but the bigger one, I kind of look at that as my main one because it's bigger. And I'd left my stuff there before going to pay her. It hit me that I'm definitely showing like major symptoms of a manic phase right now. I mean, more than just, train of thought jumping the rails, but also what do you call it? One thing that's notable is that I'm very thirsty, and I just had not that long ago a strawberry lemonade over at Del Taco, so I shouldn't be as cotton-mouthed and thirsty as I am right now, and that's something that I've noticed as a Amazon Prime fan. Whoa! That guy just noticed he's at a red light. Smooth. Well, the button is gone. Classy. Oh shit, I got 6 seconds. I should just go. So anyway, I'm super thirsty, and that is also a symptom of the mania. I just noticed that when I'm in a manic phase, it's my speech a lot faster, but I tend to my metabolism goes way up, and it makes me really freaking thirsty. Anyway, on that note, I am at Circle K, so I'll wrap this up for a wee bit. Anyway.